Hey everyone, Jonathan Blackwood here from Commercial Integrator. Welcome to another 3 Questions video interview. We are very lucky to be joined today by Chris Bianchet of Herman Integration Services, a part of ADI Global. Chris, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. I want to ask you about kind of some of the services that Herman can provide and just services in general. So right away, how are you seeing your services being used with industry changes currently post-COVID?
So interesting, you said post-COVID. I don't know that we're 100% post-COVID, but I would say, things have definitely picked up here in the second half of the year. I would say even Q2, we saw a big upturn. A lot of this was tied to people coming back to offices to work again. And while I think that's taking a lot longer than it would have normally taken had we been in a situation where COVID did not have this resurgence, I'd say we would be, out of control as far as trying to keep up with the demand. But what we've seen really the biggest difference in our business, we've offered for years what we call our Flex plan, which is a day 2 service support plan. And, in normal times, pre-2020, we had 10, 15 calls a week that we would respond to do, service work. What we're seeing today, we're between 30 and 40 calls a week because a lot of this is people are trying to get us out there, make sure the rooms are working properly because they're anticipating people coming back. The new hybrid collaboration meetings that are happening now, much more with people being able to work from home or work from the office. People are looking at having to upgrade these things. And there's quite honestly just a huge backlog of work and upgrades because a lot didn't happen in 2020. And everybody now wants their work done. They want it as soon as possible. So, from our labor standpoint, we're finding ourselves, doing all we can to meet the needs of our customers right now. But it's a good problem to have, and we're continuing to hire and find qualified people. But as we know, right now the labor market is also compressed, so that adds to the challenge of all of it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I know that especially with these services, it's not just reactive, but it's proactive when it comes to integrators utilizing what Herman can do. So how can Herman help grow an integrator's business beyond just the labor support?
So, we offer a lot of other services other than the labor. We're most known for labor, support, or, even, handling projects, from A to Z for our customers, especially if in their projects are in geographic areas that maybe they don't have resources. But we've, since the beginning, have always offered engineering services for pre and post sales. We offer, CAD services for when, companies, are overwhelmed with work and maybe need help with that. That's been a very strong part of our business. We also offer a myriad of different programming services from, Crestron and AMX and Biamp and et cetera. So, we're always, looking at ways, how can we help our customers achieve more? What are the pain points that these customers are having? And what can we add to really help them out? I mentioned before the Flex plan, a huge area that, customers are able to buy, a block of hours from us and use those hours anywhere in the country for any customer that they may have that have service needs. And here in 2022, we're going to be expanding that beyond just service and being able to do small jobs through this, as well as engineering, programming, and CAD work. So we're constantly, surveying our customers, finding out what their needs are and how we can help them continue for them to build their business. And in turn, we are able to offer more services and grow our business as well. So that's been kind of the plan. And, as we said, things have seemed to accelerate this year, and we're here and available and ready to help everyone.
Yeah, and there's also been a lot of change within the industry, especially over the past couple of years, as there typically is in the AV industry. And Herman gets a very unique kind of eye into a lot of different projects and a lot of different things that integrators and the industry as a whole is doing. What are some of the things that the AV industry needs to do more of, in your opinion?
Yeah, we do get an interesting look, and personally, I'm involved with a lot of different associations and groups, and always have my ear to the ground as far as things that are happening. I think one of the things the AV industry in whole, though, is struggling with is really the awareness of what we do. That may sound funny to say, because if everywhere you go, there's video walls and there's displays and there's TVs and there's audio, and it's around us all the time. But people aren't questioning, like, how do I get a job doing that type of work? I raised a bunch of kids, all went to school, never did a guidance counselor say, hey, how about the AV industry, as a career path? And I think we're going to start seeing. I happened to see a report the other day that was a little disturbing to me, that and it wasn't just AV, but it was technical people in general, that 46% of our workforce that is doing technical work, low voltage work, high electrical work, is over the age of 50. So, I mean, you're talking almost half of the people out there. What does this look like in 10 years if the other half, is not growing at the same proportion that you've got, people retiring at? And I just think we've got to find some better ways as an industry to make AV look sexy. Hey, here's a great career that you could have, but we're dealing with generational issues. We're dealing with competition from other other businesses and other industries. So it's just one of those things. I'm always been kind of a proponent for us to figure out. It's a great industry. I think it's an exciting industry, as you mentioned. It's always changing. So I think people who like change, this is a great place to be. If you don't want to see change, go work in a library or something. But for us, it's been exciting here at Herman over the last 9 years of growth. Obviously, our joining up with ADI Global, giving us the ability to continue growing our business and taking it to a new level. But that brings a whole new set of challenges as far as what the industry has. And we'll work at it every day and do what we can to help the industry out as well.
Well said. If anyone in the audience wants to learn more about Herman and what you guys can provide, how can they find out?
Easiest way is our website, www.herman-is.com. We're also on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, so you can follow us in those areas as well, where we're always giving updates of what's going on at the company. So please reach out to us any way you can.
Absolutely. I encourage everyone to do so. There's a ton that Herman can do for your integration business. Chris Bianchet of Herman Integration Services, part of ADI Global. Thank you so much for joining us for 3 questions.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Jonathan.